Dear friends, this is episode number 7 of the Limitation Act. We have covered up to section 3. Now we have to deal with section 4 onwards. Let us see section 4. Expiry of prescribed period when the court is closed. When the prescribed period for any suit, appeal or application expires on a day when the court is closed, the suit, appeal or application may be instituted, preferred or made on the date when the court reopens. Please note the word. When the prescribed period, 2J we have seen what is prescribed period. That is after computation of everything that is possible, you will get a last date. That is a prescribed period. So, on the prescribed period happening on expiring on a day when the court is closed, the use of the expression closed, the suit, appeal or application may be instituted, preferred or made on the day when the court reopens. There is an explanation. A court shall be deemed to be closed on any day within the meaning of this section if during any part of its normal working hours it remains closed on that day. Before going to the section itself, immediately I will say about the explanation. See, today is the last date for filing a suit, appeal or application. It is a working day. Due to some events, a local holiday was declared to the place within the jurisdiction of the court, say a particular district or the whole state, and the entire jurisdiction and that area comes within the jurisdiction of the court. Therefore, that court, a holiday is declared after lunch or after 2 p.m. or after 12 p.m. Some dignitary passes away or something like that, or a local festival. So, what will happen till lunch the court, till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock the court was functioning. Why not you file it till 1 o'clock? Why not you come and file it on before that time? That is not a question to be asked. If a part of the normal working hours it remains closed, that shall be taken, deemed to be closed on that day. So, the next working day. See, what is the principle behind section 4? Two Latin maxims. One is lex non cogit, C-O-G-I-T, ad impossibilia. The meaning of it, the law does not compel a man to do that which he cannot possibly perform. The law does not compel a man to do that which he cannot possibly perform. And next is actus curiae, neminem, N-E-M-N-E-M-I-N-E-M, neminem, gravabit, G-R-A-V-A-B-I-T. Meaning of it is, an act of the court shall not prejudice any party. It is based on these principles. Section 4 is enacted. That is the principle behind Section 4. See, a last date happens on a Sunday. So it is not a question to be asked to the party. You had 3 years, you had 12 years, you had 30 years. Why couldn't you file it on the previous day? That is not a question to be asked at all. A party is entitled to get the full period to which he is legally entitled to. And Section 4 would apply to, please note, suits, appeals or applications, both civil or criminal. Criminal no suit as such, but it applies to civil and criminal proceedings. Does Section 4 extend any period of limitation? No, it does not extend. It only provides that when the period prescribed expires on a particular day, when the court is closed, then notwithstanding the fact that the application may be made on the date when the court reopens, then notwithstanding that fact, the application may be made on the date when the court reopens. The period of limitation should be computed first. Then if Section 12 or any other section is subtracted to exclude the period, that excluded period is to be added. 12 means the time required to get the copy of the judgment and decree, that period is to be added to that last date, then you will get the prescribed period. If the total period thus arrived at falls on a day when the court is closed, then Section 4 comes into play. Then Section 4 comes into play. Now, take another case. Two courts have concurrent jurisdiction. Because there are several properties involved in the suit, one item is within the jurisdiction of A court and another item is within the jurisdiction of B court. You can file the suit either in A court or in B court. Or sometimes a cause of action partly arises within the jurisdiction of A court and partly within the jurisdiction of B court. You can file the suit either in A court or in B court. Take for instance, the court is closed at place A, but it is a working day for court B. I am the plaintiff. I file the suit on the next day in A court, where it was closed on that last day. Then the defendant says, A court and B court had jurisdiction, nearby courts. Why should you prefer A court? You could have filed it in B court. B court was open. It was not closed. You could have saved limitation. That is not a point to be raised. Plaintiff is the dominus litis. He is the master of the suit. He can, if two courts have concurrent jurisdiction, it is up to him to decide whether he should file the court, for example, in A court or in B court. If A court is closed on that day, he is entitled to file it on the next working day. Then that B court is open on that particular day is not an answer. There is a decision on that. Subramania Iyer versus Lakshmi Ammal. ILR 1965, Volume 1, Kerala 143. Subramanya Iyer versus Lakshmi Ammal. You cannot take the benefit of this section by filing in a court which has no jurisdiction. So you have to file the suit in X court. X court is a working day on the last day of limitation. Y court, which is the nearby court, is closed on that day due to particular reason. You cannot file the suit in Y court on the next day and then say, I should have filed the suit in the X court and I could have filed it in the X court, but it is declared a holiday, therefore I filed in Y court on the next day. That is not possible. The benefit of the section cannot be attracted unless the suit is instituted in proper court. If concurrent jurisdiction is there, any court. And if that any court where you prefer to file it remains closed on that particular day, you can file it on the next day, next working day. This decision is AIR 1935 Privy Council, 1935 Privy Council, 85. Now you know what is adverse possession. I also said about section 27, at the expiry of the period of limitation hereby provided for filing a suit for possession, the right itself will get extinguished. So my property was trespassed upon by you and you started possessing it adversely with all the ingredients of adverse possession, and the period of 12 years will expire tomorrow. Tomorrow happens to be a Sunday. Take it. Or a holiday. I can file it on next working day. See, the defendant cannot ask, you had 12 years time. Here it is not your right to file the suit, but my prescription of title by adverse possession, that is relevant. On the expiry of 12 years, I have prescribed title. Therefore, your title is extinguished, whether Sunday, Monday or any other day, holiday or any other day. No. It is the plaintiff's right to file the suit. He has got time. That time is contained in Article 65 and certain other articles where suit for possession is maintainable. That full period he is entitled to. If the last day happens on a holiday, he can file it on the next day, no harm. It is not an answer by the defendant. Forget about your holiday and all those things. I have prescribed title by the efflux of 12 years from the starting of the period of the prescription of title by adverse possession. That is not an answer at all. It is the plaintiff's right to file the suit in order to get possession of the property. And that right continues till the last day. Last day happens to be a holiday, court is closed, then the next working day. Please see the decision, 1965. To MLJ, Madras Law Journal, 204, Sanjeevi versus Shanmugha. See, for example, I have to file the suit before a particular court. Today is the last day for filing. I went to that court to file it. But the judge is on leave. There is only one court in that center. Judge is on leave. I file it on the next day. Court says it is barred by limitation. My answer is, judge was on leave. That means the court is closed. No. Judge may be on leave, but the office works. There is a Supreme Court decision on that point. I will cite it in the course of time. Judge may be on leave. That is not a ground to say that the court is closed. For example, last day for filing in the High Court is Saturday. Saturday it is a non-sitting day for the judges of the High Court. But the office will be working if it is a working day. Then limitation is not saved by the sitting or not sitting. That is a different matter. Or whether the judge is on leave or works, that is also does not matter. What matters is whether the court is closed. Now please note another decision, 1979 KLT, Kerala Law Times, 493. Section 4 and Section 14 provide for different situations, and they cannot be read together to exclude any period of limitation. It was also held that if the proceeding is initiated in a wrong court, that Section 4 will not apply. 14 is, if the proceeding was pending in a court which because of defect of jurisdiction or other cause of a like nature could not entertain it, then the period during which the party was prosecuting with due diligence that proceeding will be excluded for the purpose of computing the period of limitation for the purpose of filing of a suit. It may so happen sometimes that the court before which the suit is filed or application is made is not having jurisdiction. With all bona fides, a particular person files it before that court, and because of defect of jurisdiction or other cause of a like nature, it could not entertain that suit. And if it is a bona fide litigation, then that period will be excluded for the purpose of computing the period of limitation. That is exclusion. Here it is not so. Here it is a facility provided when the court is closed, then it can be filed on the next working day. Preferred or on the day when the court reopens. Summer holidays for the purpose of filing of a civil suit. Summer holiday starts, say for example, on 10th of a particular month, and it reopens on the 10th of next month. Let us take it. That varies from state to state. The last date happens to be on 11th. For the purpose of filing of the suit, appeal or application, the party can file it on the day when the court reopens. Suppose he files it on the day after the court reopens. Say for example 10th of next month the court reopens. 10th of this month, 1 month court holiday, summer vacation or something like that. The suit, last date for filing the suit, appeal or application happens to be on 11th of this month. The plaintiff can file the suit on the day when the court reopens. He did not file it on that particular day, he filed it on the next day. Whether limitation is saved? No. Then what is the extent of delay? Is it one day? No. The whole period of 30 days plus that 1 day. That is the point to be noted. For example, appeal, the delay can be condoned. This difficulty arises in the matter of a suit. For appeal, delay can be condoned. So sometimes vacation on the reopening date, it has to be filed. Sometimes the party may file it after 2 days and file an application for condonation of delay of 2 days. No, it is not 2 days. It is the day on which, from that day on which the appeal should have been filed to the date on which the appeal was filed. That is the delay, not 2 days. So that is the importance. When the limitation happens, the last day happens on a holiday, court holiday, long holiday, then make it a point that you file it on the reopening date. Otherwise, this difficulty may happen. Yes. Now, please note another decision. AIR 2016 Supreme Court 3284 Ajay Gupta versus Raju alias Rajendra Singh Yadav. Last date for filing the suit was on 31/12/2010, the last day of winter vacation for court. 1/1/2011 was a non-working Saturday. Non-working Saturday. Whether that can extend the period of limitation for filing. And it was filed on 3/1/2011 because 1/1 was a Saturday, 2/1 was a Sunday, so it was filed on 3/1. Question is whether it is within time. It was a suit. So if it is an appeal or application other than an application under Order 21 of the Code of Civil Procedure, the delay can be condoned, but here suit it is not possible. So that case came up for consideration before the Supreme Court. It is not in dispute, I will read two or three paragraphs. It is not in dispute that the last day for filing the suit was 31/12/2010, the last day of winter vacation for court. 1/1/2011 was a Saturday, and even according to the High Court it is a non-working Saturday. Obviously it was not a holiday for the registry, and there is no question of any confusion, though such confusion also cannot save limitation to file a suit. Section 4 of the Limitation Act says this, it is quoted. The explanation under Section 4 of the Act also makes it clear. It is quoted. There is no case for anybody that even for part of a day the registry was closed. There is no such case. But Section 5 of the Act, which deals with the extension of the period in certain cases, applies only to appeals and applications and not to suits. Therefore, no court or tribunal can extend the period of limitation for filing a suit, even in any case, even if any cause beyond the control of the plaintiff is also shown. The only extension is what is permitted under Section 4 of the Act, the period coming under a holiday. Thus, both the trial court and the High Court have gravely gone wrong on the first principles on the law of limitation. Please see, this reached up to Supreme Court. Supreme Court decided in 2016. What does it mean? It means it is live even now. So many shades of arguments may be there, and the court has to deal with the same. So these are the principles laid down, and there is a criticism made by the Supreme Court. You please see Thus, the trial court and the high court have gravely gone wrong on the first principles on the law of limitation. This by Justice Kurian Joseph and Justice Rohington Nariman. Judgment by Justice Kurian Joseph. So that this is the importance of the first principles. All these principles we must be fully aware of. Yes. Then next, another decision. Yes, that we will continue in the next episode. Thank you.